Democratic Party, Professor Sadiq Umar Abubakar Gombe, and the Deputy National Chairman of our party, Distinguished Senator Gochukwu Uba. Welcome, sir. The National Secretary, Dr. Oluagoloye, two-time Minister of the Federal Republic, Pioneer Commercial Bureau, Federal Road Safety Corps. It's my pleasure to also introduce to us the National Treasurer of Agri Party, Hajia Miriam Magdi Batubo, and also in the House. We have the National Speaker, SDP Women Parliament, the National Woman Leader, Hajia Saadatu Abdullahi. We have in the House also the National Organizing Secretary, Barrister Joseph Achille Abu. And also we have the National Youth Leader, Honorable Ibe Daniel. My name is Araba Rufus Ayeniba, the National Public Secretary. It's my pleasure to welcome all of us to this program. It's going to be a brief one, and we have to just have the leadership of the party speak to some issues, emphasizing the validity of the SDP national leadership via the supremacy and finality regulations and ongoing uploading of the SDP candidates and all the progress we're making, and the validity of our leadership in all eyes of the law of the land. Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, National Chairman, sir.
The Deputy National Chairman, South, Distinguished Senator Gochukwu Uba, the National Secretary, Dr. Oluagoloye, other esteemed members of the National Working Committee of the Social Democratic Party, other party leaders present, gentlemen of the press, you are once again welcome to your office, the Social Democratic Party Conference Hall of the National Headquarters. I am sure I will not be mistaken to say that this is about the most visited office by you in the last 1 year, without any fear of competition.
It's a democratic house.
He said that we have visited them too much.
So, gentlemen, I think I first and foremost want to start with the second issue highlighted by the National Publicity Secretary. As you are aware, the INEC timetable, in line with the electoral process toward the 2027 general elections, is at its peak. First, the party primaries took place across the 36 states of the country and the FCT, and the national conventions by most of the parties to elect the presidential candidate of the party, the governors or governorship candidates, the 1 senatorial candidates, the 360 Federal House of Representative candidates, and the 993 State Assembly candidates, with the restoration of 22 other constituencies by INEC. Today we have 1,015 State Assembly constituencies that all political parties are expected to fill in candidates for election into the 1,015 state constituencies. So you can see, all in all, we have about 1,517 candidates across board at both national and state constituencies. I want to happily share with you the progress made by the SDP as one of the leading political parties in our dear country. The SDP was able to be the first political party in Nigeria in the build up toward the 2027 general election to have had its convention in Bauchi, with most of the media houses were there, covered it live for 5 to 6 hours by more than 7 media houses, key media houses in the country, where we were the first political party in Nigeria in 2027 to have elected our presidential candidate in Bauchi when we returned Dr. Prince Adewale Adebayo, one of the finest Nigerians, as a candidate of this great party. And the members of the National Working Committee, majority of which returned as elected members of the National Working Committee. They were the members recognized before 9th May 2026. They were at Bauchi and returned elected by the teeming majority of the SDP members across the 36 states and the FCT. These are the same members of the National Working Committee that are still recognized first by the party, which is the most important. Secondly, also affirmed and recognized by INEC, and are the same members that are on INEC portal as leaders of the party, authentic leaders of the party. So these great men and ladies did a wonderful job that we were able to do our primaries in all the 36 states and the FCT. INEC gave us the code on the 26th of June 2026. We uploaded all our candidates for the National Assembly elections, the Senate and the House of Reps, and our presidential candidate and his vice. Also, last week, Saturday, precisely, INEC gave us the code for the uploading of the 28 governors and their deputies. The election will be held in the 28 states, aside by Elsa, Ekiti, and other states, Oshun and others. So we were able to upload our gubernatorial candidates. The process for the uploading of the 1,015 members of the State Assembly across the 36 states is ongoing. We are doing our team led by the National Secretary, with the head of the Secretariat, and the able National Organizing Secretary of the party are doing wonderfully well with the team, and we are proud of what we are doing, what they are doing. And I want to assure you, before the end of the exercise, we will be able, just as we did, upload all our candidates for the National Assembly election. We are going to upload our candidate within the time frame by the will of Allah. One of the issues that derailed us back and did not allow the court to continue in NS to be able to finish the prosecution. This is a Zenith Bank account statement. Sheikh Musa Gabon, the expelled national chairman, was a signatory to this account. So we did everything humanly possible as a political party to get the statement of account. But being a former signatory, he did everything possible to derail that or to block that. At the end of the day, we have to resolve to ask the court to summon the Zenith Bank through a sophomore so that they were to bring the statement of account. Then Zenith Bank have to write INEC to ask INEC who are the authentic leaders of the party, particularly the signatories, the chairman, the secretary, the financial secretary, the treasurer. Happily enough, INEC replied Zenith Bank last Friday, and INEC categorically stated that Dr. Professor Sadiq Umar Abakar Gombe is the authentic national chairman as recognized by the election umpire, and who is on its portal. Dr. Olu Agulloye, the national secretary, is the recognized national secretary who is also on its portal. Hajia Mariam Magibatubo is the national treasurer, and Alhaji Bello Adu Useni, who are the 4 signatories of the party account, are the authentic signatories of the party. So you avail them all the opportunities for change of signature and whatever possible within law, which was why we were able to lay our hands on the statement of account. If any of you will be privy to what is here, you will shed tears and know why we are where we are. In this document, there are about 203 transactions within 1 year. In these 203 transactions, the elsewhere national youth leader alone, there are about 85 transactions in his personal name through a UBA and Zenith account, but we conform with the investigation of our investigative panel that investigated them. And of the total quantum of money under the transactions, 79% of the total money goes to only one person, Chief Obona Okjoji. Aside some of the transactions that are in his own company or some relations, we did not add them. So it's very astonishing. In this document, in a day, there was a time in a day Obona was paid 4-5 times. There was a time in a day he was paid 3 times the same amount. Let's say 1,244,000, 1,241,000 within few minutes. The same check, the same amount to the same account. For what? No reason. This is what led us to where we are.